Unalaska. The indigenous Unungan, or Aleuts, called their island Unalaksh, which roughly translates to close to the mainland. The main village on the island was called Iluluk, which refers to the curvature of the bay. Russian fur traders came to the islands in the mid-1700s and eventually referred to the island and village as Unalaska. Dutch Harbor. There is an unsubstantiated story that in the late 1700s, a Dutch ship anchored up in what was then known as Unalaska Harbor, a naturally very deep and protected harbor along the south shore of Amaknak Island. The Russian population at the time dubbed that body of water Dutch Harbor. During World War II, the military referred to the entire area as Dutch Harbor, as did the people that came here later to work in the commercial fisheries industry. Today, the two names are used to identify the area. Technically, they are both within the limits of the city of Unalaska, which encompasses all of Amaknak Island and the northeastern end of Unalaska Island. In 1980, the two were connected by the bridge to the other side. Amaknak is commonly referred to as the Dutch Harbor side.
Hi, I'm Allie and I work here for the Unalaska Port of Dutch Harbor Convention and Visitors Bureau. And what our main goal here is to really promote and encourage tourism here to the island. Visitors who want to come out here might not be sure how to get here or what to even do when they get here. So what we're trying to do is help them get here, help them get their feet grounded, show them where they can stay, what they can do, different tours, things like that. And you can really come here on a ferry, you can come here on the plane. There's a lot of different ways that you can go around getting your reservations, but we're really here to help you get here. When you do finally get here, feel free to come by our office, give us a call, and we can get you set up for your time here on the island. Here in Unalaska, we're very rich in culture. We have a lot of history, Native history, World War II history. So what's really nice for us is that we have really great facilities to help showcase what we have here, like the Museum of the Aleutians, also the World War II Center. And they really put the effort into making the best of the best. People are always surprised when they get there, like, oh my gosh, I love the museums, they were so great. So we really appreciate everything that they've done to help keep our culture together.
I'm Zoe Johnson, and I'm the Executive Director of the Museum of the Aleutians. And of course, we are at the Museum of the Aleutians right now in our Special Collections Gallery, which is one of our galleries. Our museum was built in 1999, and it was a partnership between several entities in our community that came together and decided that it was very important for us as a community to have a museum, because everybody understood the importance that museums play in preserving the history and culture of sharing the history with people of all ages. We, Unalaska and the whole Aleutian Islands chain, is such a rich in history, in traditions, that we are very happy to have the institution that can, as a matter of fact, be the advocate of all of that.
On June 3rd and 4th, 1942, the two islands here, Amaknak and Unalaska Islands, were attacked by the Japanese military. They had two aircraft carriers out in the Pacific Ocean, which is south of here, and they launched airplanes from their carriers, flew over, dropped bombs on almost all of them only landed on Amaknak Island. One bomb that I've heard described as an errant bomb hit on the Unalaska side and actually hit the BIA hospital at that time. My name is Bobby Lekanoff. I've lived here since 1976. I'm a small business owner. I have a business called the Extra Mile Tours. I've been doing it for 16 years now. I love introducing visitors to the island to the beauty, the history, the wildlife. I just love getting that message out to people that come to the island.
If you were already here on the island or if you live here in Unalaska, it's really great to stop by your local CVB because basically our job here is to help the city educate people about the island. If there's events going on in the community, we'll help point you in the right direction. We also have our visitor guides that we put together every year, which are really great to have. You may see your picture in them if you live here. We also have birding checklists, so if you're going on a hike one day, might be a good idea to stop in and get a checklist. Check off the birds you can see, and a lot of people will probably be jealous of the ones you find.
My name is Susie Golodoff, and I've been here since 1976. So I've always loved birds. My parents knew their birds and plants, and so I guess my brother and I grew up learning our birds and plants, and so I just grew up knowing the birds from home and came out here and just began to learn the birds here, and I was lucky that I ended up here because the birds here are really amazing. So we've got it's mostly seabirds, because we're right here on the Bering. So even though people come out here a lot in the summer to look at birds, the famous whiskered auklet and all the puffins and murres and the Aleutians are famous for seabirds, winter birding is really nice here. I mean, for me, it's a treat to be here during the winter because we have no ice and the bays just fill up with wintering waterfowl. So we have thousands upon thousands of, emperor geese and scoters and eiders and long-tailed ducks and all the saltwater ducks.
Say you're here and you want to go the less guided route. You just want to go out by yourself, maybe do some exploring on your own. You can definitely do that.
We have some amazing trails here that some of them are believed to be thousands-of-year-old trails that the Aleut people used. Like from Beaver Inlet in the summertime, they would walk over to Unalaska for trading. So they believe these trails are thousands of years of wearing down. Well, there's almost always some amount of wind, even in the summertime. Our mean winter temperature is 36 degrees, so we're not a real cold climate compared to other parts of Alaska. We don't have permafrost or any of those kinds of issues. Our mean summer temperature is only 55, but if you get a flat, calm, sunny day in the summer, it can be 80 degrees. Doesn't happen very often.
I have a dog here, so I'll always go out with my dog. A bunch of my friends have dogs, so we all go out together. I really like going to Glass Beach and looking for glass rocks in the sand. And
I like to hike. Where do I like to hike? Well, my favorite hike is trying to hike up the volcano, but there are lots of good hikes around here like Pyramid and Mount Newhall, so I like those too.
Well, the most favorite things that I like is I like fishing a lot.
Say you've been outside all day, went hiking, found some really cool plants, took some really awesome pictures, and you just kind of want to get inside, have a good dinner, relax, sit by maybe the fireplace at the hotel. We have 8 restaurants in towns, and they're all great, so you'll definitely get some great food. My favorite thing about living here would have to be that no matter where you look, there's always something to see, whether it's amazing wildlife, landscape, or maybe a beautiful sunset at the end of the day. It's just really nice just to find a place to sit, whether you're on top of a mountain or on the beach, and just take in your surroundings and really appreciate where you are. I also love the sense of community. We're pretty much each other's family here, and everyone's here for everyone, and it's a really nice feeling.
I think the community of Unalaska is great. I love living in a small community where you know everybody and everybody knows you, and it's just great. It's more like a family atmosphere.
Xin chào.
Hello.
Здравствуйте.
Bonjour. ¿Cómo ça va?
Anga.
Konnichiwa.
Hola. ¿Cómo estás?
Mabuhay!
Konnichiwa.
Hello.
Talofa. Malo. Talofa.
Hola, ¿cómo estás?
We live here because we love it here. This is such a unique place. This gives such a great opportunity for people to live in a small community and yet be able to express themselves through their work, through their activities, through volunteering. This is a very comfortable place for people to live. I raised my child here. Our school is great, and just people in the community. This is a very generous, emotionally generous community where you know that when something happens to you and you need help and support, the community will rally around you.
My favorite part about living here, I guess I just like the place. I like the I like this part of the world. The Aleutians are just a neat place, and